Probably
something about this. I think I remember seeing something about this bridge in someone's video.
I think you could probably. It's possible to cross that. There's somebody over there actually.
Yeah, there's people on the other side too.
It's a boat. They're in a boat. So, noxious weed controller.
We think that's Ram's Horn Peak up there.
But not when we get to the campground. Because Eric thinks that following Tom Miner Creek Road, being no paddle up your creek, to the campground would be a place where people would be within 500 feet of it and not even know that there was treasure, not even be looking for treasure. But it's so secluded, there's only 11 Yelp reviews of it, or 11 reviews of the.
Wow.
Yeah, but like, when we get there, Tom Miner Creek meets up with Trail Creek, the actual creek. So I think it's just kind of fitting that if you've been wise and found the blaze, that Trail Creek is kind of like a trail that's been blazed by water.
So the end is during night, like it turns into a different creek.
Yeah, so Tom Miner Creek Road ends at the campground, and the campground is right on top of Trail Creek. The part I love most about this solve is that if you walk west of the campground, following the creek as your trail, not a human trail, but literally Trail Creek, it leads to the Petrified Forest. It leads to a place that if you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold, where there are what do they call them? Stata? Something. There's a dumb word for what a petrified tree in a group of petrified trees. What that looks like, but there are enough of them in that area that it's easy to tell that you're in the Petrified Forest. And the opposite of being petrified would be being brave. So if you're brave in the Petrified Forest, which is where the wood that wouldn't, it's not like a downed tree that he would hide something in, but literally like the Petrified Forest, which is not going anywhere. It's been there for tens of thousands of years and will be there for tens of thousands of years more. That would make sense that he would hide it in that place, which is in the Tom Miner Basin. And if you've seen pictures of this place, it very easily would be mistaken for somewhere in Yellowstone. It's just beautiful. Hopefully this is a giant waterfall, and it's like the images of that place in Laos where he took the helicopter and went down and sat near the waterfall. Wouldn't that be nice if it was almost like a recreated image of that? But we don't know. I don't know yet, and so we're just gonna go. We're gonna find out. At the end of the day, the most important thing is that we stop and smell the roses. Because if we don't, if we base this trip on wins and losses, and it's a loss if we don't find the treasure, then we've pretty much already lost the purpose of the chase, right? To get out in nature and to experience God's beauty. So here we go, forward and onward and up our creek. So Tom Miner Campground is situated right on Trail Creek. So we're gonna get out of the car. It's gonna be weird though. I don't know if there's like a station or something. Please don't tell me there's like a station or something. Daily single-use site. Well, there's certainly wood here, which is promising. Moving with confidence.
Well, which is not what we're doing.
Which is not quite what I'm doing. However,
really, that's what he means by no place for the meek, is that you have to be assertive in the moves you're making.
Yeah.
From here, it's no place for the meek, as in like, you must know where you're going after this.
Right. Because if you're unsure,
like you can't just flounder about
you're not just gonna get out of the car and like start milling around.
And the creek is just like beyond that little ridge there.
Yeah. I wonder if...
So the road follows the creek.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the car down there. This looks like private property though. Are we allowed to go in here?
The trailhead.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. All right. Also says
Petrified Forest
bear
Trailhead.
country. Okay, be alert. Make noise. If you encounter a bear, stay calm and do not run away. Again, we waited till the cows kind of walked off. We just found this property boundary line. The tree back there said it was like a monument for the boundary line. So we were like, well, let's go over here and look down into the creek. Because I think when you're out here and there's just such vastness, you start just looking for clues and everything. What does that say? Maybe that's an X marks the spot. Although I can't see Forrest Fenn out here carving into a tree. I don't know, when you're out here, it really just feels like
I'm gonna pee.
You could be going anywhere. Okay.
So we just finished up at Tom Miner Campground and the Petrified Forest Trailhead. And I'm grateful that we went there because I would be remiss if we didn't go there on this trip and see if we could find it. However, my gut was telling me, hey, let's try when we get there. It runs into Trail Creek and, you know, wanders uphill west for about a mile or two. I found out very quickly that the creek was nearly impassable. You just couldn't walk. Not because the water was too deep, but because it was just impossible to traverse over logs and through thick bush. And you know, you just immediately, when you get to that point, like, I could, if I had enough gusto and if I were getting chased by a bear, I could probably get through all of it, even given my, you know, crappy running shoes and whatever that I'm wearing right now. But Forrest just wasn't, that's just not where he went. As far as the trail itself, it was so dang muddy and it didn't look scenic in any way whatsoever. Like, nothing that would like make you think, yeah, you know, this would be the place. Now, granted, we never made it to the basin, but it would have been a few miles for us to get there. And I just don't think that where we were traversing, I just don't think that he would have done that. Like, you know, and I'm glad that we got to come here because it helped me to know that that wasn't the right place. And we had to like keep going to like a little part of the creek and then hiking out and then walking along the Petrified Forest Trail and then hiking down in, so you could only look in like, oh my gosh, you could only look in about, you know, 30 to 40 feet of creek that was open, and then you have to hike back out and then go around. And it just, well, I looked quickly down in plenty of places, so I don't know. If it's there, I'll never find it. On to the next thing. We're gonna go back to the home of Brown and we're going to kind of ponder and look over our next course of action.